Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A person who is of equal standing with another in a group. Set into opposition or rivalry. Let them match their best athletes against ours. Be equal to in quality or ability. Her persistence and ambition only matches that of her parents. Lighter, consisting of a thin piece of wood or cardboard tipped with combustible chemical, ignites with friction. He always carries matches to light his pipe. Make correspond or harmonize. A pair of people who live together. Make equal, uniform, corresponding, or matching. The company matched the discount policy of its competitors. Bring two objects, ideas, or people together. Matchmaker, can you match my daughter with a nice young man? A person regarded as a good matrimonial prospect. An exact duplicate. When a match is found, an entry is made in the notebook. Be compatible, similar or consistent, coincide in their characteristics. The suspect's fingerprints don't match those on the gun. A burning piece of wood or cardboard. If you drop a match in there, the whole place will explode. A formal contest in which two or more persons or teams compete. Be equal or harmonize. The two pieces match. Give or join in marriage. Provide funds complementary to. The company matched the employees' contributions. Something that resembles or harmonizes with. That tie makes a good match with your jacket. The score needed to win a match. A person who is of equal standing with another in a group. A person who is of equal standing with another in a group. Be identical or equivalent to. $1 equals 1,000 rubles these days. Be equal to in quality or ability. Make equal, uniform, corresponding, or matching. Let's equalize the duties among all employees in this office. Having the requisite qualities or resources to meet a task. He was equal to the task. Having the same quantity, value, or measure as another. On equal terms. A person who is of equal standing with another in a group. A nobleman, duke or marquis or earl or viscount or baron, who is a member of the British peerage. Look searchingly. We peered into the back of the shop to see whether a salesman was around. Contrast with equal weight or force. Set into opposition or rivalry. Be resistant to. The board opposed his motion. Fight against or resist strongly. The senator said he would oppose the bill. Act against or in opposition to. Be against. Express opposition to. We oppose the ban on abortion. Christianity, the abode of Satan and the forces of evil, where sinners suffer eternal punishment. A demon from the depths of the pit. Set into opposition or rivalry. Pit a chess player against the Russian champion. Lowered area in front of a stage where an orchestra accompanies the performers. Remove the pits from. Pit plums and cherries. A sizable hole, usually in the ground. They dug a pit to bury the body. A trap in the form of a concealed hole. A concavity in a surface, especially an anatomical depression. The hard inner, usually woody, layer of the pericarp of some fruits, as peaches or plums or cherries or olives, that contains the seed. A surface excavation for extracting stone or slate. A British term for quarry is stone pit. A workplace consisting of a coal mine plus all the buildings and equipment connected with it. Mark with a scar. An enclosure in which animals are made to fight. Auto racing. An area at the side of a racetrack where the race cars are serviced and refueled. Commodity exchange. The part of the floor of a commodity exchange where trading in a particular commodity is carried on. Set into opposition or rivalry. Be equal to in quality or ability. Nothing can rival cotton for durability. The contestant you hope to defeat. He had respect for his rivals. Be the rival of, be in competition with. We are rivaling for first place in the race. A distinguishing style. This room needs a woman's touch. Make a more or less disguised reference to. Consume. She didn't touch her food all night. The event of something coming in contact with the body. He longed for the touch of her hand. Be relevant to. A suggestion of some quality. There was a touch of sarcasm in his tone. Have an effect upon. The act of putting two things together with no space between them. At his touch the room filled with lights. Be equal to in quality or ability. Your performance doesn't even touch that of your colleagues. A communicative interaction. He got in touch with his colleagues. A slight attack of illness. He has a touch of rheumatism. Affect emotionally. I was touched by your kind letter of sympathy. The faculty by which external objects or forces are perceived through contact with the body, especially the hands. Only sight and touch enable us to locate objects in the space around us. Tamper with. Don't touch my CDs. To extend as far as. The chair must not touch the wall. A slight but appreciable amount. This dish could use a touch of garlic. Be in direct physical contact with. Make contact. The two buildings touch. The sensation produced by pressure receptors in the skin. She likes the touch of silk on her skin. Color lightly. Cause to be in brief contact with. He touched his toes to the horse's flanks. Comprehend. He could not touch the meaning of the poem. Deal with. Usually used with a form of negation. I wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole. Deftness in handling matters. He has a master's touch. Make physical contact with. Come in contact with. She never touched her husband. Perceive via the tactile sense. Helen Keller felt the physical world by touching people and objects around her. The act of soliciting money, as a gift or loan. He watched the beggar trying to make a touch. The feel of mechanical action. This piano has a wonderful touch. Lighter consisting of a thin piece of wood or cardboard tipped with combustible chemical. Ignites with friction. Lighter consisting of a thin piece of wood or cardboard tipped with combustible chemical. Ignites with friction. As long you've a lucifer to light your fag. Judeo-Christian and Islamic religions. Chief spirit of evil and adversary of God. Tempter of mankind, master of hell. A planet, usually Venus, seen just before sunrise in the eastern sky. Be agreeable or acceptable to. Usually followed by to, or for, on the point of or strongly disposed. In no fit state to continue. A sudden uncontrollable attack. A fit of coughing. Fill, satisfy or meet a want or need or conscience or restriction. Make correspond or harmonize. A sudden flurry of activity, often for no obvious reason. A fit of housecleaning. A display of bad temper. He had a fit. Be the right size or shape. Fit correctly or as desired. This piece won't fit into the puzzle. Provide with something, usually for a specific purpose. Be compatible, similar or consistent. Coincide in their characteristics. Conform to some shape or size. How does this shirt fit? Insert or adjust several objects or people. Can you fit the toy into the box? Make fit. Fit a dress. Meeting adequate standards for a purpose. A fit subject for discussion. Physically and mentally sound or healthy. Felt relaxed and fit after their holiday. The manner in which something fits. I admired the fit of her coat. Link together. Can we couple these proposals? Two items of the same kind. A pair who associate with one another. The engaged couple. Form a pair or pairs. A pair of people who live together. A married couple from Chicago. Engage in sexual intercourse. Bring two objects, ideas, or people together. This fact is coupled to the other one. A small indefinite number. He's coming for a couple of days. Physics. Something joined by two equal and opposite forces that act along parallel lines. A pair of people who live together. Compensate. Make the score equal. Make equal, uniform, corresponding, or matching. Compensate. Make the score equal. Make equal, uniform, corresponding, or matching. Let's equalize the duties among all employees in this office. Be equivalent or parallel, in mathematics. Consider or describe as similar, equal, or analogous. You cannot equate success in financial matters with greed. Make equal, uniform, corresponding, or matching. The officer below the master on a commercial ship. A person's partner in marriage. A chess move constituting an inescapable and indefensible attack on the opponent's king. One of a pair. He lost the mate to his shoe. South American holly. Leaves used in making a drink like tea. Place an opponent's king under an attack from which it cannot escape and thus ending the game. Kasparov checkmated his opponent after only a few moves. A fellow member of a team. It was his first start against his former teammates. Engage in sexual intercourse. Birds mate in the spring. Bring two objects, ideas, or people together. An exact duplicate. Informal term for a friend of the same sex. South American tea-like drink made from leaves of a South American holly called mate. The partner of an animal, especially a sexual partner. He loved the mare and all her mates. A set of two similar things considered as a unit. Arrange in pairs. Two items of the same kind. Form a pair or pairs. The two old friends paired off. Engage in sexual intercourse. Occur in pairs. Bring two objects, ideas, or people together. The student was paired with a partner for collaboration on the project. A poker hand with two cards of the same value. Two people considered as a unit. Being two identical. A duplicate copy. Astrology. A person who is born while the sun is in Gemini. Duplicate or match. The polished surface twinned his face and chest in reverse. A waterfall in the Snake River in southern Idaho. Bring two objects, ideas, or people together. Either of two offspring born at the same time from the same pregnancy. Give birth to twins. Grow as twins. Twin crystals. Reach with a blow or hit in a particular spot. Perceive with the senses quickly, suddenly, or momentarily. Ears open to catch every sound. Perceive by hearing. I didn't catch your name. The act of catching an object with the hands. Mays made the catch with his back to the plate. A drawback or difficulty that is not readily evident. It sounds good, but what's the catch? Suffer from the receipt of. She will catch hell for this behavior. See or watch. Take hold of so as to seize or restrain or stop the motion of. Hear, usually without the knowledge of the speakers. Succeed in catching or seizing, especially after a chase. Did you catch the thief? To hook or entangle. Apprehend and reproduce accurately. The quantity that was caught. The catch was only 10 fish. A restraint that checks the motion of something. Attract and fix. Capture as if by hunting, snaring, or trapping. Detect a blunder or misstep. The act of apprehending, especially apprehending a criminal. A person regarded as a good matrimonial prospect. Attract. Cause to be enamored. Catch up with and possibly overtake. Grasp with the mind or develop an understanding of. Did you catch that illusion? A break or check in the voice, usually a sign of strong emotion. A cooperative game in which a ball is passed back and forth. He played catch with his son in the backyard. A fastener that fastens or locks a door or window. Anything that is caught, especially if it is worth catching. He shared his catch with the others. Become aware of. Be struck or affected by. Catch fire. Be the catcher. Who is catching? Cause to become accidentally or suddenly caught, ensnared, or entangled. Check oneself during an action. She managed to catch herself before telling her boss what was on her mind. Contract. Did you catch a cold? Delay or hold up. Prevent from proceeding on schedule or as planned. Discover or come upon accidentally, suddenly, or unexpectedly. Catch somebody doing something or in a certain state. Get or regain something necessary, usually quickly or briefly. Catch one's breath. Reach in time. I have to catch a train at 7 o'clock. Spread or be communicated. The fashion did not catch. Start burning. Take in and retain. We have a big barrel to catch the rainwater. Go together. Be in accord. Be in agreement. We agreed on the terms of the settlement. Be compatible, similar or consistent. Coincide in their characteristics. The two stories don't agree in many details. Achieve harmony of opinion, feeling, or purpose. No two of my colleagues would agree on whom to elect chairman. Be agreeable or suitable. White wine doesn't agree with me. Consent or assent to a condition, or agree to do something. She agreed to all my conditions. Show grammatical agreement. Subjects and verbs must always agree in English. An appraisal of the state of affairs. A check on its dependability under stress. Be verified or confirmed. Pass inspection. These stories don't check. Make cracks or chinks in. The heat checked the paint. A mark left after a small piece has been chopped or broken off of something. Examine so as to determine accuracy, quality, or condition. Check the brakes. Develop a child's or animal's behavior by instruction and practice, especially to teach self-control. Become fractured. Break or crack on the surface only. Lessen the intensity of temper. Hold in restraint. Hold or keep within limits. The state of inactivity following an interruption. Held them in check. Find out, learn, or determine with certainty, usually by making an inquiry or other effort. Slow the growth or development of. A written order directing a bank to pay money. He paid all his bills by check. Be careful or certain to do something. Make certain of something. Mark into squares or draw squares on. Draw crossed lines on. Additional proof that something that was believed, some fact or hypothesis or theory, is correct. A mark indicating that something has been noted or completed, etc. As he called the roll, he put a check mark by each student's name. The act of inspecting or verifying. They made a check of their equipment. Something immaterial that interferes with or delays action or progress. The bill in a restaurant. He asked the waiter for the check. Put a check mark on or near or next to. Please check each name on the list. Be compatible, similar or consistent. Coincide in their characteristics. The handwriting checks with the signature on the check. Hold back, as of a danger or an enemy. Check the expansion or influence of. The act of restraining power or action or limiting excess. Abandon the intended prey, turn, and pursue an inferior prey. Arrest the motion of something abruptly. He checked the flow of water by shutting off the main valve. A textile pattern of squares or crossed lines, resembling a checkerboard. She wore a skirt with checks. Block or impede, a player from the opposing team, in ice hockey. Chess, a direct attack on an opponent's king. Consign for shipment on a vehicle. Check your luggage before boarding. Decline to initiate betting. Hand over something to somebody as for temporary safekeeping. Make an examination or investigation. Check into the rumor. Obstructing an opponent in ice hockey. Place into check. He checked my kings. Stop for a moment, as if out of uncertainty or caution. She checked for an instant and missed a step. Stop in a chase, especially when scent is lost. The dog checked. Verify by consulting a source or authority. Check the spelling of this word. Write out a check on a bank account. Be equivalent or parallel, in mathematics. Take the place of or be parallel or equivalent to. Be compatible, similar or consistent. Coincide in their characteristics. Exchange messages. My Russian pen pal and I have been corresponding for several years. An aggressive remark directed at a person like a missile and intended to have a telling effect. Laugh at with contempt and derision. Be compatible, similar or consistent. Coincide in their characteristics. An aggressive remark directed at a person like a missile and intended to have a telling effect. Shift from one side of the ship to the other. Be compatible, similar or consistent. Coincide in their characteristics. Gain points in a game. Keep score, as in games. Determine the sum of. A bill for an amount due. A score in baseball made by a runner touching all four bases safely. Their first tally came in the third inning. The act of counting, reciting numbers in ascending order. Be compatible, similar or consistent. Coincide in their characteristics. A human being. There was too much for one person to do. A grammatical category used in the classification of pronouns, possessive determiners, and verb forms according to whether they indicate the speaker, the addressee, or a third party. Stop talking about yourself in the third person. A human body, usually including the clothing. A weapon was hidden on his person. A human being. The immaterial part of a person, the actuating cause of an individual life. Deep feeling or emotion. A human being. A secular form of gospel that was a major black musical genre in the 1960s and 1970s. Soul was politically significant during the civil rights movement. The human embodiment of something. The soul of honor. Causing or capable of causing death. Mortal combat. A human being. Involving loss of divine grace or spiritual death. Subject to death. Mortal beings. Unrelenting and deadly. Mortal enemy.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.